Today we're gonna hang with my old friend Angelina. Ange. We met her when we first opened the float center in 2014. She was eager to get into the float tank, having trained Muay Thai for many years at home here in Canada and abroad as a professional. She has a delicious edibles company that she's been working on for a long time. We're gonna have some fun today hanging with her. She's amazing. When we were opening up the float center, we didn't know anybody in this neighborhood. You were standing across the street at the juice bar and kind of like poking your head over and being like, "Are you guys open yet?
What are you doing? What are you guys doing? What are you doing?" It was a really crazy time in my life. Cortisol levels were through the roof. I was exhausted. I was in pain, injured to a point of not knowing if I was going to be able to train or fight. Getting in the tank, it was about the body opening up, really being able to, for the first time, listen to what was going on inside. I do feel massive releases happen and things going back into place. I remember being able to hear my heartbeat. I felt like you could hear your blood pumping.
It's interesting hearing your heartbeat. It's just such a powerful reminder of, what you really are.
Joe Rogan is the gateway drug.
Yeah,
he's opened the doors for
people.
floating,
Exactly.
for cannabis, for martial arts.
And he presents it in a way that's easy to digest. He just has a very wide audience. And it started something that's really positive, and there's just like a really cool community that's blossomed out of this, not only here in our immediate reality, but just as you look across the world, there's all these float centers opening up.
At the end of the day, and thinking that you're relaxing by turning on the television or staring at the screen or being on Instagram, and then you just really realize that it's not a restful state, and it's actually stressing me out. Since my concussion, it's been about trying to really clear the mind, and the only thing that really helped my head injury, the only thing that's really helped me let go, is being able to be in the float tank.
That was why we were able to have confidence in opening up the float center.
Everyone needs to rest. It can help everybody.
Floating, edibles, martial arts connection is just so simpatico.
It's about 10 years of not using any cannabis, and then watching the champion fighters that I was training with always consuming before rounds of running and clinching, and I never understood it. Until the body soreness got to me and I was tired of taking painkillers, and I was having like arthritic pains. There was a lot of inflammation in my body, and so I just decided to smoke a little bit and then see how that made me feel, and sleeping better and eating better and just really coming down after the sparring.
Your advice for people who are curious about edibles, how should they start out?
Get from somebody that you trust, somebody that's been working with the product for a long time, that can tell you the milligrams that are in it, what the THC is. You'd like to know what the CBD is. Was it made in a commercial kitchen? Was it made by somebody that knows what they're doing? With the concentrate that has been lab tested. Everyone has a bad brownie story. Everyone's taken too much. Everyone's known somebody that's taken too much. Slow and low, give yourself an hour and a half and then consume more if you need to. You can always consume more, you can't consume less. The rules and regulations need to be put into place. You just need to figure out a standardized dosing, starting slow and low, and then putting the proper education process into it. It's funny because you get on the phone with my mom and she's like, they were smoking weed at a party and I wanted some, and then my dad's talking about bringing chocolate bars to his book club. So it's all in the conversation now. It's just a matter of time until everyone's kind of on board with it. And then the whole next generation, there won't be that stigma at all. So it's our generation to fight it, and then the next one, they won't even know it existed.
I just want to say thank you. Every day I look at the schedule, there's a note of someone floating that's like Angelina's friend or sent by Angelina. Incredible how many people you've sent our way. And it's just such an important part of spreading the word about floating is people who are just naturally advocating for it.
You came into my life when I needed it so badly, and I didn't even know the rest that I needed and the strength that I could find from getting the rest.
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
Great, guys.
Amazing.